Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to FM22. It's Journeyman. This is episode 33. The new campaign in the league kicks off today, and our opponent, PSIM, is one of the weaker ones in the league, so we certainly should be favored. It's day 2 of matches, so already a handful of matches were played yesterday, but we get our season started at home with a pretty solid crowd on hand, and some new changes to the side. This, in my opinion, is potentially the strongest side we have had in the league, and we're doing it on better budget management than we've had. I mean, we're paying less for the guys that we have overall, and yet we've gotten better. Defense, well, that part looks the same, but our wing backs, we've definitely had some change there with huge upgrades to the left side, huge upgrades to the bench on the right side, and we've already scored just 2 minutes into the game, into the season, and we lead 1-0. We quickly worked the ball into the box. Nice pass there. Walain, new man, lays it off for Dimas. His shot is blocked, and again, new man, Landono, capitalizes on the putback and puts that into the upper corner. Keeper barely even moved a foot towards that one. No attempt to dive at it. There was nothing he was going to do. Free kick, dangerous spot. Quinones should have done better. We should already be up 2-0 here. And it's going to lead to a proper counterattack the other way. And Walain commits a silly foul, leading to another highlight, but that one easily picked up by Setho. All right, so here's those new changes. Of course, both wingbacks on the left side are new and very, very similar. They're going to be able to rotate throughout the season. Walain has a better backup at that right wingback. That's how the defense looks. Now, in the middle, this is where we went through a surprising change in that, well, we've picked up 2. And Dimas! Evan Dimas, the national team captain, has joined us as a free agent center mid. Solid player, not amazing, but he is a great leader, and you can see that veteran experience as he picks up the space, attacks it, and it's 2-0 very early on, and it very well could easily be a few goals to the good already. Well, anyway, Dimas is joined by young starlet Landono, who is another South American. I've signed that one South American scout, and he has found plenty of talent for us. The only downside is we are so limited in how many we can sign. We're only allowed 3 foreign players outside of Asia. I'd like to pick up another scout from somewhere like, Quinones, poor call on that one. That looked like a comfortable, easy tackle and did not see anything wrong, but of course, fouls are not depicted terribly well in this game. I've said that 1,000 times before, but I'll say it 1,000 times more. Landono, young talent, he's only 20 and way more potential than what we have on the squad. We got him signed for, I think, a 3-year deal. So if we can hang on to him for 2 years, 2.5 years, and then cash in on him, it would be huge for this club. Of course, I don't expect to be around managing this club that long, but you never know. Walain, if not offside, that's his first goal of the season, and there's one of our other changes. In fact, our strike partnership has changed completely. Okono left out for sale because I've signed too many strong center mids here. The addition has put us over our limit for the foreign players, and it's Okono who's been left out. Now, a season ago, our weakness, our downside, was we took a bit of a hit in the strike partnership, losing Lucas Gabriel. Now, we've replaced him with Walain. Walain is almost as good as Gabriel was, and definitely a little bit better than Okono. But Eunice was poised to be, again, the partner on top with Okono, and that just, poor giveaway on that one. Defense does not recover well enough, and we give one back. We've been in total domination here, but look at this huge gap, and it should have been obvious that he was running, and neither guy reacts and allows him to take that space. Yeah, poor coverage. Really poor coverage on that one. Anyway, Eunice, who's clearly not good enough, he's a great backup, but he's not quality starter at this level. And so my solution, as we got too strong at center mid, was to convert a center mid to a striker. None of them were suitable for it, so it's going to take some work. Oh, we nearly make it 4 here, just minutes after giving up the goal. And that was, I think that was Lestaluhu out there who nearly put that one in. Sofiani, it might have been Sofiani. Again, we hit the post. Wow, and then Dimas inches inside the post, makes it a brace for him at a 4th. And this was all of 2 minutes later. I mean, we have hit the post twice and then just squeezed one inside the post. And again, it's Dimas in that same position, in that same upper corner for him, and finding that space, finding that hole, that better attacking presence that he is bringing for us. We are so strong in that midfield now, and I love our chances this season. And you see just how good we are. That one defensive lapse withstanding. It's 5-1. We've hit the post twice. We've gone close a 3rd time there. We could have 8 goals in a half. PSIM is one of the weaker sides, and that thing had a hint of offside to it potentially, but my oh my, do we look good. And we are so dangerous. It was onside. Okay, well timed. Perfect run. Anyway, Jack Brown has been moved from center mid to that striker position. We are trying to get him trained up. He's not there yet. He's very much in the red right now as we make another defensive lapse. Part of that, though, was just a good play on their part. So we still have some work to do, but my oh my, do we look good right now. Well, with this game very much in control, 5-1. 13 shots, 7 on target, 1.5 on the XG with already 5 goals. So that's impressive. 4 corners. We do have 5 fouls, but no yellow cards, so I'll take that. Actually, neither side with any yellows, but despite 11 total fouls in this match. 61% of possession, 92% of passes completed, and those 5 goals are spread out evenly across the half, meaning we have just been in continuous control. And outside of that little slip up that led to them getting, well, 2 chances really, XG wise, they haven't even matched our first goal yet. So their chances haven't been as good. They just capitalized on the limited chances they got. But with a 5-goal advantage, I think we look pretty comfortable. Let's push forward into the season a little bit, and we'll see what's next. I don't know whether it's going to be a national team or if we're going to be into a league match a little further down the road. But I like our chances this season a lot more. And Jack Brown, even though he is not yet familiar, already 7.6 rating and a solid start from him. And I think once he does gain some familiarity with the position, could be quite the upgrade compared to Eunice. And our first check-in has us at 6 matches played with 5 wins and a draw through those first 6. So we are looking good so far. Plus 10 on the goal differential. However, Arema at an undefeated 6-0 do start on top of the standings, but we are right there in the mix. So much better than a year ago. And yes, I'm happy with where we're at the moment. We're definitely not having top half issues or finishing out of the relegation zone or anything like that. Yeah, we're competing at near the top. So far so good on that front, and we are going to keep pushing along. Walian, 7 goals. There's that upgrade to Akono. Dimas with 5 assists already. Eunice, an 8.0 rating, and the AI keeps choosing Eunice over Jack Brown, which does make sense, as Jack Brown obviously is not familiar with the position. Problem is, he's not going to gain familiarity without getting called up. So as much as I want him to play there, you could see that he is still very much not suited to the role just yet. So I am going to have to intervene and play some matches if I'm going to get him out there and selected and get him comfortable to where the AI will start picking up on the fact that he is a much better option than Eunice at the position. So far, just one start and one bench appearance. So the one start was for us. He played all 90 in the opener. He's only had one bench appearance since then. So yeah, that's a little worrying on that front. Rating was good, but we are going to need a little bit more. We're going to need a little bit more if that's going to be the case. But yeah, one bench appearance in the last 5 is not going to help him learn the role. After we had that big influx of cash, I went out and asked, because I wasn't getting anywhere with anything, and I went and asked for something ridiculous and got it, which was an upgrade to the training facilities. That's already complete. It's now below average. It's not great, but it should help us develop that little bit faster. The league start has been good, obviously, but we really desperately need to keep it up if I'm going to be with this team more than just short term. The losses throughout have been consistent. We've had very few months with a positive balance. Then we had the ownership change that handled the debts, but we went right back into losing close to $200,000 a month. But last season, we managed to make a profit through a majority of the months, and overall on the year, we lost just a small amount of money. But so far this year, we are back in a pretty negative place, losing about $125,000 a month. That is a huge amount of money to lose in a short period of time. So we really need to get back into those Asian places, which of course would do a lot to further my own ambitions. So far, no change. Yeah, we're still at that 25%, but we've got good characteristics in most places other than loyalty to players. But we're not seeing rapid changes or anything in the attributes. So looks like there might be 1 or 2 points here or there somewhere. And we are 2 points clear of Bali United. They've had 2 draws in their last 3 matches played, allowing us to open that gap on them. And we play them at home here in front of a pretty good-sized crowd. And let's see what we could do. Of course, giving Jack Brown another shot at that striker position already. A nice play from him to get the ball out wide and then continue his run to the inside. Just the return ball was not as good as his ball out was. But we're underway. Both teams already with a shot, but there's just a .02 on the XG despite being on target, meaning that was definitely a long range, not a solid attempt. Ours was looking much better. Our XG already much higher, but lack of highlights right now besides just the very start. Londono picking up a yellow card. Now Walladane as well. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Walladane we might want to sub out here at some point. In fact, both of them in the second half. Nice chance there. Wallian gets that one blocked, but it's out for a corner kick. Quinones recovering the ball, setting it up. Second chance, but not the ball I would have looked for, as he had space to continue running towards the line and then send the low cross. Instead, he retracts the ball and gives it away. Now, it looks like we're going to head to halftime goalless. Now, for us, a draw here is a respectable result against a team that we've really struggled with in past seasons. But based on the XG, you would think we are definitely the more likely team to get something out of this game. Dangerous free kick. Brown's going to take it, and that one hits the back end of the net, but it was a little too high. Here's another chance. This one to the left. And curls around, heading for that near upper post corner, but he curled it a little too much. Nice interception from Lestaluhu, something we struggled with in the past. Great through ball for Brown. The defender looks like he kind of shoulders him off just a little bit and slows him up just enough for the keeper to get there first. Ooh, great ball through. Ardley sets up Walladane, messes that one up horribly. Gets that all wrong. He needed to be on the inside of his man. Instead, he's to the outside, giving up the space, and just terrible position. But even then, he's got the ability to get to the inside, and he doesn't. He just freezes. Walladane's like, here, keeper, it's all you, buddy. For that, he is coming off Irwan is going to come on in his place. He's on a yellow card anyway. He's just gotten beaten easily again here against Fernando. To totally dominate the game, to give up such a poor goal, and suddenly they have found some life in this game. Londono also struggling. We might be bringing him off here sooner rather than later. Willian gets to that, but he's going to have to lay it off. He didn't have any forward options. Had us covered well. Nice idea on the through ball, but can't time the run. Last few minutes, this looks like a very different game, but again, ball recovery is still okay. Landono, nice pass there. Dumas, Willian, oh, he's got it. How does he miss that opportunity? I have no idea how he did not score there. I really have no idea. And we've only had one shot on target. Hold on, folks. Hold on. It's time to start changing things up. For one thing, Landono and his struggles and his yellow card. Let's bring on Saputro, the young up-and-comer who would have been a starter pretty much any other year. Wow. That foul we gave up literally inches from being a penalty. Lucky that wasn't. Dimas, who is now on a yellow. Irwan, nice play in there. That was a lot better than we've seen from Walladane today. Nice setup for Wallian, but he's facing the wrong direction. There's a chance, and again we've blown a brilliant opportunity to score a goal. I don't know what is going on with our finishing today. We've had quality chances. We've only managed to get 2 shots on target, and both of them straight at the keeper, and then everything else has been misses. We need to... I want to fire up. Yes. Yeah. There's quite a few. 5, 6 players? Let's see if we can fire up the team. And maybe we need to go very attacking, because I am not content losing 1-0 to Bali United in a game in which we've really controlled. We've just had terrible finishing today. Pulled down near the edge of the box. Second yellow. That's a send-off. And we need to potentially adjust tactics now. Be nice to know kind of what they're up to, though. Okay, that is not his position. Let's see, Zulfiandi or I think Saputro is... Yes, he is. He is comfortable going up, so we will do that. And just get that a little higher up the pitch. Dangerous free kick here for Brown. Oh, it's off the post, and how is that blocked? We beat the keeper. I think that was the last defender who was about 2 feet up off the line. Blocked that one from going in because it had beaten the keeper, unless we blocked it ourselves, which would have been absurd. But, wow, how could we be so unlucky in this one? A 4-2-2-1. They still have a chance to attack, but that means we have a real shot to get up behind them here. What are they? Yeah, they're not even pressing. Into stoppage time, still no goal. Total domination here, and at this point, it's all them, but there it is! Jack Brown finally... That's not offside. How is that offside? We are literally playing this from the outer edge. He is not offside. The edge of his cleat is offside. Wow. Wow. Oh my gosh. So unlucky. So unlucky there. That is a huge loss for us in a game in which, if it wasn't for our finishing, would have been a really good result. Brown makes the play, and so unlucky to be called offside there. As deep as we are to begin with, I don't know what he's doing hovering on the far post, though. You know, the long throw is never going to get to him there. Why he's in that position, I don't know. But outside of Q Nunez and Kabula, he was our best player today. So you can't fault having him on the pitch over Eunice. We had other issues. They get a sending off, and we still can't make it happen. Even though we did in the dying seconds, and it just didn't count. As much as I hate to say it, it's the correct call. His boot is offside. The whole rest of his body is easily on, but his boot is offside. It is what it is. Something I've been sitting on for a little while is the potential to boost our national team squad by a fair bit. Before we wrap this episode up, I want to take that chance. Our next round of matches are coming up in just a couple of weeks. Here's what the opportunity is. Tom Hay is Dutch, 30 years old. He did have 9 U21 caps, but has never featured for the national team as an adult. Now, that actually makes a certain amount of sense because he has spent the majority of his career, and actually just 2 goals scored, in the last, 5 years that he's been with this club. NAC Breda is second tier in Holland. So this is not a top-notch player. And I don't know a ton about him. But what I do know is he is quite a bit better than the standard that we have, meaning he would be an instant impact player. Now, the reason why I bring him up is, this. He has other nationalities, as in Indonesian. So he is eligible to play for us, and as he only played in the youth levels, this is somebody that if I could convince him, and at 30 years of age, he's never going to get called up for the Dutch national team. It's not going to happen. So it means I actually have a shot at this guy, and he does have a good amount of the language. I'm assuming one parent has given him that qualification. So here we go. National team. I'm going to ask him to represent the nation. Let's see if we can add him in. Do I have the influence? I don't know. For now, the answer is a no, as our standing is too low. So if we perform a little bit better, he would be willing to join us. So he sees himself above our standard, but he's below his other nation, his home nation, where he plays and has played for many years. He's below their standard, but above our standard. And until we raise our standard a little bit, he's not willing to play just yet. In a way, it's a setback, but in a way, a little bit of a success after our very unfortunate and the media going kind of haywire in the aftermath. I mean, to some, we had a boot in that offside, so it's probably the correct call. But in the media, they claim that it wasn't. They claim that the goal should have stood, in which case we should have had a point. So Bali United would be sitting on 18. We would be sitting on 18. We'd be level right now, and what a difference that would make. But also the reason why we just dropped further back, now in third place, was because we did just get a draw, the first draw for Arema this season. So we just went level with them in our last game. So our last 2 were against the other top 2 teams in the nation. Tira Persikabo seems to have fallen off a little bit this year, but they're still +9. Persebaya also they're +8. Persebaya +9. We're looking at 5 primary teams. Persela right now only a +3, so I would imagine they've had maybe a fortunate schedule, and you'll see them slip off here shortly to mid-table. But with 8 played and a lot of our toughest matches of the first half of the season already behind us, we're not in a bad place. I'd like to be a little bit higher up. That Bali United result definitely hurt, but otherwise, so far so good. That is going to do it for this episode, though. We will be picking up with some national team stuff next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.